Good morning, CSL Greater Baltimore. Reverend up here. I'm coming to you this morning via recording. Now, this is the creative way that Spirit directed me to try to do the seemingly impossible task of being in two places at almost the same time. You see, while I was waiting for confirmation of today's sermon, I was presented with a last-minute request to play bass at service at my other spiritual community in Oakland this morning. And although they start later than we do here, I have rehearsal with the choir that begins at 8:30 a.m. So given the choice between the two, I decided both, which is in perfect alignment with our CSL theme for this January, stretching into possibility. And the theme for this week is making space for it. So after saying yes to the what, then came the opportunity to figure out the how. Well, the how is record for you and make the rehearsal with them. So when you watch this, I'm technically in two places at the same time. While saying yes to both presented some challenge for me, it's nothing like the challenges faced by my fellow Californians in the Los Angeles area right now. Those folks are dealing with unprecedented wildfires and devastation. Containment for the two largest fires was only at about 15% through yesterday. So let's take a moment to go within and to send love and comfort to those affected by these devastating fires. I recognize there is one infinite presence, divine, unchanging, and ever creative. This presence is peace, protection, and love, expressing itself in, through, and as all life. It is expressing itself right now as the neighbors who have opened their homes and businesses to give shelter to those newly unhoused. It is expressing itself as the firefighters who have come from across the state, the country, and from around the world, especially our Canadian and Mexican neighbors, to aid us in our time of need. I know that this same presence is fully active in California and in the hearts of everyone impacted by the fires. Divine wisdom guides every action. Divine strength uplifts every soul, and divine presence and peace calms every heart. I speak my word knowing that safety, restoration, and renewal are unfolding right now. The strength of God is being used by the firefighters, the first responders, the emergency and medical personnel, and the thousands of people who are lending a hand in whatever ways they can. I declare that the fires are losing their potency and containment is at hand, and I am knowing that the winds will still and the earth is held in balance. As it says in the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 25, I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten. Even now, the divine is in the midst of the devastation, making a way for renewal. Even as the past is being burned away by the tragedy, the promise of a new future awaits. And I trust that comfort and resilience rise in those affected, and support arrives in perfect ways. So I'm giving thanks for the divine order that prevails, for the love that heals, and for the peace that restores. And so it is. So as we reflect on the fires and their aftermath, we're reminded that nature often clears itself in dramatic ways, burning away the old to make room for new life. And while we may not experience literal fires in our lives in this moment, we all go through seasons where we're called to release what no longer serves us, to make space for something greater. And just as the earth is replenished after destruction, our hearts and minds and spirits can be renewed when we intentionally clear out the emotional and spiritual clutter that weighs us down. So today, the subject of my message is tidy up. Engage in the joy of spiritual decluttering. Happy New Year. I hope you had a good holiday season, and I hope your 2025 has started well. Have any of you made New Year's resolutions? I know that's still a thing for some people. Some of us gave it up a long time ago. But how many of you make New Year's resolutions? Well, it's estimated that about 35% of US adults set New Year's resolutions every year. However, research indicates that about 25% of people abandon those resolutions within the first week, and nearly 80% have given up by the second week of February. Not good odds. Overall, only about 9% of people successfully keep their New Year's resolutions. But that doesn't stop us. The odds don't stop us. We still make them. We still make space for the resolutions. We still make space for the possibility that this is going to be my year. I'm finally going to get in shape. Oh, yeah, this is going to be my year. It's going to be the year I finally improve my finances. Oh, this is going to be the year that I take that trip that I've been meaning to take. Oh, this is the year I'm determined to get organized and get all my ducks in a row, whatever your ducks happen to be. Me, my ducks are absolutely not in a row. At this point, I don't even know where my ducks are. Oh, I see my ducks are in trouble. Anybody feel like this? I don't even know where my ducks are. In the time remaining, I want to share one idea that may help you start or restart 2025 on a better foundation. Some of the greatest thinkers throughout history understood the importance of an uncluttered mind and physical environment. Hermes Trismegistus is a mythological figure who is said to have lived before the Great Flood and written many wise texts. He is a combination of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth. He is known for the principle of correspondence, which says, as above, so below. As within, so without. You've probably heard this. The principle implies that what happens around us is a direct reflection of what is happening within us, and that our internal environments determine our external environments. You with me? Albert Einstein said, out of clutter, find simplicity. Ernest Holmes, the founder of this philosophy of science of mind, said, let go of what no longer serves you. It's clogging you up. We don't need it. For those who appreciate the wisdom of a more contemporary philosopher, allow me to offer one Marie Kondo. Anybody know her? You familiar with her? Marie Kondo is a tidying expert. She's a best-selling author. She starred the Netflix show Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. She's the founder of KonMari Media and a mom. She started her tidying consulting business at the age of 19 and is now a renowned tidying expert. She helps people around the world transform their cluttered homes into spaces of serenity and inspiration. And I love what she says. She says, life truly begins only after you have put your house in order. Sit with that for a minute. Life truly begins only after you have put your house in order. See, I told you. She's a thinker, prophet. Not just your physical house, your mental house, your emotional house, your spiritual house. If any of those houses is out of order, that's going to show up in the rest of your places. She offers some sage advice for how to begin this process of tidying up. And the first thing she says is you have to commit yourself to tidying up. It's not just gonna, who is it? Tidied up space, clean space. decluttered space, organized space. It's not just going to knock on the door and show up. You have to commit yourself to tidying up your spaces. She says you have to imagine your ideal lifestyle. Imagine what the kitchen looks like. Imagine what the bedroom looks like. Imagine whatever your living space is, whatever that looks like. Imagine that space a little neater, a little cleaner, a little more organized. Begin with a vision. Where there's no vision, the people perish, right? Finish discarding first. Once you decide to get rid of some things, just start the discarding process. Finish that. Get rid of the things. And then enjoy the space around you before you start filling it with other things. And then finally, she says, ask yourself if it sparks joy. So I know sometimes it's hard to get rid of things. Oh, I can't get rid of this. I've had this since, 2000, 1994, 1967, however old you are. You got some stuff laying around your house. I know you do, right? And if we're trying to get rid of this thing, we have to ask ourselves, according to Marie Kondo, does this thing spark joy? Does it bring me happiness? Does it provide some useful service in my life? Do I really need to hold on to this thing? Because whatever you're holding on to is also holding on to you. And it's creating clutter in your life. So those are 4 simple things that she suggests as you begin this process of tidying up your physical space. So why is decluttering important? Well, think about it. Do you have some space in your physical environment that is cluttered? Think about it. Or just turn and look at it. If you can see this cluttered space, how do you feel when you look at it? How do you feel when you think about it? How do you feel when you're in that space? Drained? Depleted? Anxious? Bothered? This is the impact of clutter. It blocks energy. It creates mental chaos. Now, do you have some other space in your life where it's clean, it's neat, it's organized, it's uncluttered? If so, think of that space right now. Or just turn and look at it. Oh, my, look at that. Now, how do you feel thinking about that clean, neat, uncluttered space? Calm? Peaceful? Happy? Joyous? Energized? This is the impact of decluttering. It frees up your energy. It creates mental clarity and focus. It reduces stress and overwhelm. So if you've got a space that needs some attention, and you want to transform it into a space that is inviting to you, then I invite you to do that. What? Yeah, have you heard this expression? Treat and move your feet. Treat but move your feet. I know some of you know this expression. What does it mean? It means that while we're in this philosophy of science of mind, we believe in the power of affirmative prayer, or no, aka treatment. God is the only power in my life. Nothing from without can touch the perfect life of God within us. That conditions have no power over us. Personalities have no power over us, etc. We may say these things. We may believe these things. We also know that faith without works is dead. We do not only treat, we must also move our feet. In other words, speak, believe, and then do something. So, let's put this principle into action. I want you to take 2 minutes, and address any cluttered situation in your physical space, assuming you're physically able to do so. If you're not physically able to do so at this time, no worries. I got something for you in a minute. The rest of you, up and at 'em. I'm not saying clean the entire garage in 2 minutes. I'm not saying clean your closet in 2 minutes. I'm inviting you to start to make an impact in your life right now. Begin to make some space in your life. You see something? Throw it in the trash if it needs to go in the trash. Straighten up a book or some papers on your desk. Put a glass in the dishwasher if you have one. Put that sock on the floor. You got one, I see it. Put that sock on the floor. Take it, put it in a clothes hamper. Do something, anything, for 2 minutes to create just a little bit of order in your physical environment. Go. What? Is he serious? Yes, I'm serious. Go, get up. If you can, if you're physically able to do so, get up. Go do something. Clean something. Put something away. Straighten something. Tidy something. Fold something. You got some laundry sitting somewhere that needs to be folded. Fold a thing. Fold one thing. One shirt. One pair of socks. Something. I know you have something. He wants us to physically get up and go do. Yes, right now, do it. You got the time? Oh, I don't have the time. You got it right now. 2 minutes. What are you going to do? Listen to me? Just, I'll keep you company. I'll keep you company. How much time has already elapsed? 1 minute has elapsed. You got 1 minute left. Go, clean something. I don't care what you clean. Clean something. Do something that brings a little order to your life. Water a plant, right? Don't care. Water a plant. Do something. Something that brings a little bit of order to your life. Not a major thing. You don't have that much time left. This is weird, isn't it? He's actually asking us to get up and do something. Yeah. Yeah, I am. You got a few seconds left. Start wrapping it up. Now, sometimes when I'm doing cleaning, I just like to put on some music in the background. Yay. Maybe I'll only give myself 3.5 minutes for that song. When that song is over, boom, I'm done. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding. That's it. That was your 2 minutes. What'd you get done in that time? Huh? How did that feel? Look over there. Look over there. Look at that space that you just cleaned up or organized or did something with. How does that feel to you now? How does that area feel? What if you paced yourself a little bit and set aside just 2 minutes a day, more if you're ambitious, and you tackled some area of your physical environment until it brings you joy? What if you did that? This is practical spirituality I'm talking about here today, folks. Tidy up. As within, so without. As without, so within. Clean up your physical space. If that felt good, take some time later today. Do a little more, a little bit more, and see the difference you can make in your life. Now, that's only half the story. We just took 2 minutes to address the without, the outside. But what about the inside? The mental, the spiritual, the emotional. That's what I want to talk to you about next. Remember all those resolutions? Remember those? I'm gonna exercise. I'm gonna get my finances in order. I'm gonna take that trip, get my ducks in a row. Remember that? One of the biggest reasons that many of us do not achieve our goals or manifest our desires, one of the biggest reasons, one critical thing. You know what it is? We have no space for it. We have no space for it. The thing we want to call into our life, where's it going to go? If I don't have any room for it, where's that new thing going to go? I want to attract a thing into my life where I have no space for that thing. How can I manifest peace in my life if if my head is filled with stressful things? Where's the peace going to go? There's no room in there. How can I begin to think of prosperity if my thoughts are rooted in lack? Ernest Holmes said, life will only give us what we are willing to receive. But it's not just about willingness, folks. It's about capacity to receive. How can we demonstrate that we are willing to receive? We have to make space for the thing that we're calling in. How can I attract a new car when I haven't gotten rid of the old cars in my garage or all of the other stuff that's in my garage? Oh, it's my finances. It's my, maybe, but you have to have the physical space for the thing. There's an energetic component to this, folks. How can I manifest financial abundance in my life when I haven't cleaned up my emotional spending habits? Am I talking to somebody here this morning? How can I manifest the relationship that I want, the loving, supportive, beautiful relationship I want, when I have not cleaned up the clutter of the heartbreak and disappointments and pain of my last relationship? Psst. I'm not suggesting that any of this is easy or quick. I'm suggesting that if you want to have, do, or be something better in your life, you want to bring joy into your life, you got to make room for that. You got to make room for it. It's like when you go grocery shopping, right? You got to throw out all the old food you didn't eat the last time. The stuff in the Tupperware, look in the back. You got something way in the back, right? You got to make room for the new thing. Decluttering your physical space, tidying up isn't just about the physical space. It's about releasing, clearing up the energy. It's about releasing outdated beliefs as well, old grudges, old fears, healing old wounds. When we let go of those things that no longer serve us, we align more fully with our divine potential. We open space for grace, for abundance, for new possibilities. When your environment or the environment of your mind is tidy, your nervous system relaxes, makes it easier for you to feel calm and present and empowered. Anybody garden? At some point you need to clear the weeds. You need to prune the dead branches to make space for fresh blooms. Decluttering, tidying up isn't about loss. It's about liberation. By clearing out what no longer serves us, we free up space for clarity, for peace, for divine flow in every part of our lives. That's why doing this work is important. Not only your physical space, but your mental, spiritual, and emotional spaces. So, rev up. How can we start to tidy up? If I really want to take this seriously, how can I start to tidy up? Well, let's go back to Marie Kondo. Remember her? What did she say? Number one, commit yourself to tidying up. Decide that space is more important than stuff. She said, imagine your ideal lifestyle. Then ask yourself, what isn't contributing to that? Whatever isn't bringing you joy, maybe those are the things to remove. She said, finish discarding first. Then give yourself some time. Once you've gotten rid of some things, give yourself some time before adding anything new to that space. Just get used to the different vibration, the different energy of, ooh, I don't have anything in that space right now. This feels nice. I like this. Allow yourself the space to enjoy the space. Try working in a couple of minutes of daily quiet time in that new clean space. Because now that you've got that new clean space, okay, just sit and luxuriate in that. Now start cleaning out the mind. 2 minutes a day of quiet. 2 minutes a day of quiet. Now, some of you, if you're trying to clear out some old wounds, you might need some regular spiritual mind treatment. Consult a licensed practitioner. Or you may need some therapy or counseling, especially if you're trying to heal old wounds in order to make space for new peace. And again, as she asked, does this bring me joy? Does this bring me joy? Does this old piece of paper, this old notebook, this clothing that I haven't worn in years, does this bring me joy? Is it useful in my life? This relationship, does it bring me joy? This old grudge that I have, does it bring me joy? If it's not bringing you joy, folks, it's late in the day for things that aren't joyous. Things like disasters remind us of the fragility of life. The minute hand moves faster than you think it does. Things can be over in a heartbeat. Do not take 1 second for granted. Make peace with somebody. That's a way to clean up some space. Forgive someone. That's a way to clean up some space. Forgive yourself. That's a way to clean up some space. William Morris said, have nothing in your houses that you do not know to be beautiful or useful. Ladies and gentlemen, may your 2025 be clear, clean, and calming. I wish you all the best, and I hope you go out and tidy up yours. Until next time, peace, blessings, up yours.